Greetings and welcome to another wonderful edition of the Superintendent Spotlight. I'm Dr. Michael J. Martirano, the proud superintendent of the St. Mary's County Public School System. And this is another edition, as I've already stated, of the Superintendent Spotlight as an opportunity to shine the light on our community partners, our students, and our school system employees who are doing wonderful work on behalf of our students each and every day. Today, I'm joined in a remote location. We are in a student-built home. And I'm very excited to have with me two great individuals in the community. One, Mr. Jim Bacot, who is the president of the Building Trades Foundation for St. Mary's County Public Schools, and Mr. Theo Kramer, who is our director of College and Career Readiness, who is a site administrator for the Dr. James A. Forrest Career and Technology Center. Today we're going to speak to them about the importance of this hands-on learning program that we have now established in our community that is being built by our students. So first of all, greetings and welcome to both of you. How you been, Jim?
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate you coming and taking time.
We are delighted. So why don't we start, if we could, we're going to just have a conversation today. Talk to me about the location that we're in right now and the importance of this kind of facility, this kind of opportunity for our young people in our school system.
The location is ideal because it's very close to the school, as you well know. It's a 5-acre lot. Transportation becomes an issue if you go any further away. It's a great opportunity to let the students, the young people of the Forrest Career Center, to be able to come and build and hone their talents to see where they really want to go down the river of life. And by the way, it's a water view house, and we're working with probably 35, 40 students at minimum. They're bussed down on a daily basis. We even get field trips with them. We've shown a lot of step up to the plate by all these students, really care on how that gets done and why they're there and what they're doing, not only in masonry, in electric, also in framing, which is a carpentry class, and sheet metal work, which is being done right now, plumbing, which should start within a day or two. We've had a lot of people participation with business in this county that have stepped up to the plate, not only and give their personal time and their personal businesses, but they've personal money. I mean, they've reached into their pocket and gave thousands of dollars to this operation, and these students are really starting to step up to the plate and grab hold.
Well, let's frame it a little bit more as we're talking about this. We have to realize is that you've already talked about this being funded by a lot of private donations and a lot of individuals. We've had a foundation that has been dormant for several years.
Yes.
And the money is coming from the sale of a previous home as the starter money. This is not money coming from the operational budget in the school system, but a lot of in-kind donations, etc. And this program has remained dormant for a number of years. We're delighted with your leadership that it's now been resurrected with a number of other individuals who've brought that forward too. Tell me, if you would, some of the other folk that you're actually working with who are instrumental in bringing this forward, who are part of the foundation.
The foundation that we put together is a great group of local businesses. You have Adam Stifler. Adam was very instrumental in Metal Valley Contracting. Young man was a graduate of this school 10, 12 years ago. He's already went through the program. In framing this house, Adam has done a lot of work with the students and countless hours with the students and his own people for an extended period, probably 6, 7 weeks. Tremendous personal involvement. We have Tommy Bose. Tommy Bose also graduated from the school.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Tommy Bose, it's TN Bose Air Conditioning. He's a board member, but he's also giving tremendous amounts of his time and labor to put this HVAC, heating and air conditioning and controls within the house. Okay. Charles Downs Plumbing, also another graduate. He's putting a lot of his time and money and effort into this. Jerry Buckler, with his Efficient Home Designs, drew this whole plan up, spent several hundred hours of his time to get this project to look the way it is, because it's really a nice looking house. A good representation of what the students can do. We also have Sean McGowan. He's the Chief Financial Officer, the Treasurer for this operation. We have
children in the school system.
Children in the school system. His brother happens to work with Thomas Somerville, who is a big contributor to us and the plumbing facilities within this house. Carrier Corporation, we're working with Tommy Bose. I'm trying to think of the other, there's another sheet metal that are totally involved, partners that are board members of about 11 of. Billy Higgs, LSR, Little Silence Rest Surveying. Billy did the initial layout of the footer on property for what they call a building plat. You have to have a building plat to be able to pull a permit. And he's done a lot of work just to get us to get here. Exactly. Oh, and by the way, I want to mention SMECCO. SMECCO has just given us an in-kind donation to match what it would cost us to get electric here.
Well, goodness.
And their check arrived here before we got our check to them.
Oh, that's great. They can do those in-kind donations anytime.
Absolutely. But it's just showing that the people of the county are really stepping up to help these young students to make this happen. And it's wonderful. John Norris was the legal person that wrote up the contracts and everything else and brought our bylaws all back together. By the way, Dugan McKissick and Wood, Bill McKissick is writing the contract for the new owners of this house because it's already sold.
And it's a lot of, as you said, in-kind donations, but the bottom line is these are folk who are very influential in our community, who have some very good reputations as far as the trades, and they want to perpetuate this for generations to come. And we're absolutely delighted with the work that's being done. Let me shift a little bit to Mr. Kramer.
Please.
The fact is that Jim has provided a nice community perspective on what's happening here. And Mr. Kramer, obviously in your continuing expanding role as Director of College Readiness and Career Ready with the Forest Center, talk to us about the importance of this experience base for our young people as we look at the use of the words college and career ready. Talk about this from the vantage point of what this means for a young person.
This has been an incredible experience for not just the students, but the students, the staff, and the entire community. This is something that we are all extremely proud of. Our students have an incredible sense of pride as a result of what they have done with the support of the Building Trades Foundation, and it wouldn't be possible without the entire community, without the incredible role of Mr. Bacot, Mr. Stifler, Mr. Buckler, and many others who are giving of their time and resources.
And our teachers also.
Our teachers, this is an incredible opportunity for our teachers to work alongside professionals in the community. So our students are learning in the classroom and in the shops. And now this incredible, authentic experience in the field, something that will be here forever, for the rest of our lives. They can bring their families and their parents to show them what they're doing and what they're learning. So we couldn't ask for more. As you said, the project was dormant for about 10 years. And to do this as flawlessly as we've done in this 1 year, it's only going to become more successful in years to come. So a huge thank you to the foundation. And I would venture to say to you as our superintendent and our board members to allow me as a site administrator to engage in this partnership for the benefit of our students.
Absolutely, and I think the important thing to mention is that at the Forest Center, we are so fortunate to have a Career and Technology Center in St. Mary's County Public Schools. We are continuing to expand the offerings there. We have over 24 program offerings, completer programs, and we were a little concerned about the fact of our plumbing program. In a little bit, I'm going to be talking to one of our board members, Brooke Matthews, and we're advocating for the importance of having the plumbing program come back to a high level of fidelity within our school system, and we're pushing that forward this year because we want those real life experiences. We want every child in our school system to be career ready and college ready. But the bottom line is that not every child is going to go on to college. A young person is going to go on to college, and we want them to be successful. Absolutely. One of the things I've heard from you, Jim, consistently is the fact that the trades in our community need to continue to be populated, and we need to advance the young people into those professions because they can make a really good living and have a high quality of life. Talk to me about your perspective on that, making certain that the trades are fully up to speed with where they need to be in our community.
Well, as you spoke earlier, Doc, and by the way, thank you for coming on board. This really wouldn't happen without this man.
Oh, goodness.
Jumping fully on board and helping us. The trades have been dwindling for at least the last 10 years. There hasn't really been an emphasis or an understanding of what capabilities there are for these children to get a career that they can earn a great living with. And there's quite a few businesses in this county that started from county born students. And it's growing. We need to help that grow. We need to show these kids that they can have a great field in carpentry, in masonry, in plumbing, in HVAC, heating and ventilation. Okay. Also, there's concrete and coatings, and right across the river we have Constellation Energy. There's a large nuclear plant. We can start to tie, as this program grows, we can start to tie more of our local businesses into this, and it'll be very beneficial not only for the school, for the students. The student will have more of a market to pick from, a viable market, something they can make a great living with, and they're looking down the road to buy a house just like we all do. They want a nice car. They like to live in the county.
Right, exactly.
And he gets to stay here too with a good job.
Exactly. Theo, let's go back to the instructional pieces of this. We recognize that students learn best by doing.
Absolutely.
And so hands-on activities, hands-on experiences are our entire philosophy of our school system, finding relevance for our instructional program for what our young people do. Talk a little bit about that aspect of making connections for young people who may not be as successful in school as they'd like to be, and how the spark lights off for them when they find something that they truly are interested in. Talk a little bit about that.
Great question. I think we can speak directly to some of the young men who have been so motivated by this experience that they're now doing better in school.
Yep.
And not just in their classes at the FAR Center, but they're doing better in their core content classes, English, Math, Science, Social Studies, as a result of this experience. As a result of the mentoring that they're receiving, on the job working directly with contractors, they are blossoming not only as students but as young men and as young ladies. So that's wonderful to see. And another point you alluded to earlier about the authentic experience.
Right.
As a result of this experience, not only will they build this beautiful home, but they will have employment with great people like Mr. Bacot
Right.
and other contractors. In fact, we will have a job fair at the Forest Center for those students, and Mr. Bacot and many other businessmen and women in the community are going to come out to provide opportunities for our young people who may not opt to go to college directly. They will be able to work in the county and be employed here in their county in jobs that will provide careers. And not just a job that they won't be able to provide for their families, but again, they will be able to start a career here and finish their careers in this very county and give back to the county.
Exactly, and that's a very good point. Recognizing right now one of our biggest challenges and one of our biggest focal points in terms of the school system is making certain that every young person graduates from high school. Because with the economy the way that it is, if they do not have the skills necessary to engage in the workforce, or they don't have the high school diploma or the additional education, it's very hard to compete. So we are so focused with a level of intensity to make certain that every young person graduates, and programs like this help that every day. So when I think of the two of you sitting here side by side, great community partner, great leader in terms of the school system, all working together on behalf of young people, is what really, really matters the most. And join with me right now is one of our board members, Mr. Brooke Matthews, and both of us right now are standing in the actual master bedroom of the house, which is now behind us is the great room of the home that is being built by our students. I've asked Mr. Matthews to join us because of his role within the community and his support of programs such as this. I'd like to hear his perspective on, Brooke, first of all, good to see you.
Good seeing
Glad
you,
that
sir.
you joined me today
Thank you for
at this visitation to the house. Tell me from your perspective as a community leader and as a board member in your profession as well, the importance of a program like this for our young people.
It tickles me pink.
Right.
This so lands so close to my heart. You know, I sell real estate. I've always been around construction. I've seen the way the construction has gone over the last few years in the county, and we desperately need skilled trades. Right. There is no doubt about it. It's a fantastic living that people can make. Not everybody wants to stick with the books as hard and do the whole college trip, and this just works out fantastic. They can learn. They get to learn from some of the best trades in the area, and it couldn't make me happier.
Right. Well, and you know firsthand, as you've already mentioned, your profession, you are interacting with folk in all different facets of real estate. You're interacting with all folks in terms of construction, so you know the importance of having a great labor force, correct?
Absolutely. It moves the economy.
Exactly.
Watch the way the housing stats go. It equates to how the economy moves.
And you have to have great skilled individuals to do that. So the board has consistently supported the expansion of the Forest Center and the role that that plays. So I know that you're very delighted with the program that we're offering.
I am awful happy.
Okay. Well, I'm joined here, as I've mentioned, with a quick interview. I'm glad that Mr. Matthews had joined me today on site in our student-built home. We can see that we have support from our community leaders. We have our site administrator who is with us, Mr. Kramer, and also fortunate to have Mr. Matthews with us as well. So you see the links of our elected officials working with our community leaders and our site administrator, all working on behalf of children. So we're delighted to have this opportunity to explain this program to our community. As we wrap up today, as you can see, I'm very, very energized by this partnership, the resurrection of the program that we have here in place, the student-built school, or the student-built house that we have in place. Being, again, our students coming down here on a regular basis, over 30 students engaging in the process, and we're delighted to have this rich experience for our young people, because the bottom line is, it's about making certain that every student is successful, contributions are being made to our community, and great community partners working with our school system bring out the very best in all of our students. So once again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the Superintendent Spotlight. I'm Dr. Michael J. Martirano, the proud superintendent of the St. Mary's County Public School System, and thank you for viewing.